Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to 2017 Kankakee Community College commencement ceremony. And it is my pleasure to welcome and congratulate all of you, the graduating class of 2017. Please be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, our faculty, the staff, and our administration, I also want to welcome your family and friends who are here with you this morning, sharing in your celebration. Please join me as we recognize and thank the RA Brass Ensemble for our processional music. And for those of you in the audience who are active with our social media this morning, you can tweet your graduation messages at hashtag KCC Grad 2017. And the ceremony itself will be online to be available for everybody to view on May 18th at kcc.edu/grad webcast for everyone, once again, to relive our ceremony this morning. Kankakee Community College's mission is enhancing quality of life through learning. That statement says so much about what we provide to our community. And with more than 14,000 graduates since 1970, you likely know one of our past alums. Every day, our KCC alums, they impact our community in so many positive ways. They educate our children, they educate us, they provide care for us when we're sick or when we're in the hospital. They protect us and our neighborhoods by keeping order. They lead our communities, they run successful businesses, they help others, and they build our economy. We call it the power of community. In fact, it is our message this year as we celebrate our 50th anniversary from which we were first established in 1966, and that is the power of community. And I am proud to add this group, the graduating class of 2017, who have achieved this significant milestone in both academic and personal opportunities. We're going to add them to our growing class of graduates and alums that impact our communities in so many ways. The journeys our students take are often vastly different in order to achieve their goals and their accomplishments. And we cannot begin to describe all the amazing stories that are seated before us today. However, I can tell you that this year, Kankakee Community College graduating class of 2017 is made up of more than 400 graduates. Slightly more of those graduates are over the age of 25. There are 242 compared to 168. And once again, the females outnumber the males by a count of 278 to 132. We will have registration for all the men in the auditorium later on today. But before we continue with our ceremony, I invite everyone to join me in a moment of reflection to honor the significant accomplishments of our graduates here this morning. So if you would, a moment of silence. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce to you a special group of citizens here with us today. They are our Kankakee Community College's Board of Trustees. These dedicated citizens who voluntarily give of their time to guide the college. If you would, please hold your applause until all of the trustees have been named. And for the board members, please remain standing when I call your name until the last member is introduced. First, from St. Anne, the chairman of the board, Mr. Jerry Hoekstra. From Bourbonnais, the vice chairman of the board, Mr. Brad Hovey. From Manteno, secretary of the board, Mr. Patrick Martin. From Bourbonnais, Ms. Kathy Boykin. From St. Anne, Mr. Richard Fry. From Clifton, Mr. Todd Whitholm. And not being able to be with us this morning from Reddick, Mr. Bill Orr. And then from Watseka, our student trustee, Miss Abby Fisher. Let's give them a round of applause for their service. Also joining me on stage this morning, I am proud to have two representatives from the college. First, KCC's Vice President for Instructional and Student Success, Dr. Michael Boyd, and Faculty Association President and Professor in the Humanities and Social Sciences Division, Mr. Steve DePasquale. They represent our faculty and the role of their accomplishments in your accomplishments as well. And now it is my privilege and honor to introduce to you our commencement speaker this morning, Professor Tim Wilhelm. He apparently needs no introduction. It is actually a bittersweet moment for myself and for the college, as Professor Wilhelm will be retiring at the conclusion of this semester. And so this is the final event for our program coordinator and professor of Electrical Technology and Renewable Energy at Kankakee Community College. Professor Wilhelm has a great devotion to seeking knowledge and innovation and has made him tremendously successful as a professor and as a teacher. His numerous awards and accolades speak of his commitment to his knowledge. However, for those who really know him, know of his dedication and his commitment to the students. KCC students and their success has always been at the forefront of Professor Wilhelm's focus. He uses real examples and his own personal experience to guide them, train, and prepare them for what's before them. For many years, Professor Wilhelm and his students have made a difference and modeled the power of community by installing solar and renewable energy solutions and projects at schools and communities who are economically disadvantaged. Professor Wilhelm, or Tim, as we all know him, is also one of you. He is also a KCC graduate and an alum. His accolades are many. However, he also brings a little bit of star power with him. Professor Wilhelm and his solar skills once got him hired to visit Johnny Depp's private Bohemian island to complete some maintenance, inventory, and planning work there on his manager's behalf. Without any further ado, please join me in welcoming to the podium Professor Tim Wilhelm.
Before it gets lost in a weekend of celebratory haze, I'd like to remind all of you, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Don't forget. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Question for you. Have you ever heard about the phenomena where in a moment of severe crisis, right as you are approaching your possible immediate impending death, that your whole life flashes before your eyes? You ever heard that? A lot of people have reported that. And it's real. I've had that experience myself. And because it's been a common theme in humanity for forever, probably, philosophers for centuries have tried to ponder that and wonder, how is it you could see your whole life flash before your eyes in an instant? Well, they've come up with some interesting thoughts on that about what time is. And I'm extrapolating here from people like P.D. Ouspensky and Gurdjieff and Kant and putting together a definition for time. Time is merely the result of not being able to perceive more than 3 dimensions. What the heck did he just say? Let me repeat that slowly. Time is merely the result of not being able to perceive more than 3 dimensions. What the heck does that mean? Here's what it means. Imagine we had these creatures that were only able to perceive 2 dimensions, height and width. That's all they could see. And if we imposed them into, say, a terrarium has 3 dimensions, but they could only perceive 2, how would they perceive the 3-dimensional terrarium? They would have to perceive it as a sequence or a series of 2-dimensional events, with time being the result. Now, for us, being able to perceive all three dimensions, we see the whole thing all at once. But those mythical creatures that can only see height and width, it's a sequence of two-dimensional events. Time is the result. Playing off on that, another great philosopher, a scientist philosopher, and a writer, the gentleman who wrote Faust, Goethe. Goethe wrote this, and it kind of ties in with the time theme. Concerning all acts of initiative, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and endless plans. The moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. A whole stream of events issue from the decision, compelled by a force flowing forward and backward in time, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance with which no man could have dreamed would come his way, or woman, I should add. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Begin it now. And that's what brings us here today. All of you sitting out there at some point made a definite commitment. You made a decision and you acted on that decision. And when you did, a magical force went forward and backward in time, and it brings us here, now, today, to your graduation. Right now, within this context, what we're doing is we're sharing a common three-dimensional experience as we continue to perceive and understand, slice by slice, the four-dimensional totality of our lives. And you've proven something. You've proven right here and right now that all of you, through commitment, through decision, and through action, have the power to shape the multiverse of your life. Right here, right now. And that leads us to Uncle Tim's storybook. Uncle Tim's storybook, chapter 1, here we are. Yep, here we are, the jewel on the Kankakee. Just minutes from beautiful downtown Kankakee, Illinois, everybody's best value in higher and continuing education, Kankakee Community College. Let's give it up for KCC. KCC has a motto, which is start here, finish anywhere. I guess that's okay, but I've always been a little bit of an odd person, and I'm dyslexic. I tend to get my words mixed up and put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, and I kind of manifest backwardness in a lot of ways. That being the case, I'm changing up the motto a little bit. Start anywhere, finish here. And that's what I did. I started at Kent State University from 1968 to 1973, and if you know what happened at Kent State University in the early 70s, you know what I'm talking about over there. I got a degree in physics and mathematics, and I came here to Illinois, and it was an interesting accident that I ended up coming in 1980 to teach here for the first time an adjunct course in how to make fuel alcohol from corn. And immediately I fell in love with the place, and they liked me enough. They brought me back to teach physics as an adjunct a few times, and eventually I thought, you know what, doggone it, this place is really special. I think I'm going back to school. So I did. I enrolled in the electronics technology program, and I got to tell you, the first course that I took here, digital electronics, I got more out of that than I did out of my first 2 years at the university. This is a special place, and you can start anywhere and finish here, or start here, go somewhere else, and then come back. I'm retiring May 31st. I am already enrolled as a student in the fall. My goal is I'm going to get an associate's degree in everything down the technology hallway before I kick the bucket. And I want to invite everyone in our whole district to keep that in mind. This is such an incredible resource. The quality of education here is so fantastic. You don't have to stop getting educated just because you retire. Here's my motto. Education should be a womb to tomb process. And doggone it, that's how I'm doing it. So here we are. As we gather for your graduation, it makes sense we should feel elation. If new jobs start tomorrow, there'll be no worry or sorrow because you've had such a great education. Chapter 2. Chapter 2, what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you remember that? You know, you were like 5 years old and people are asking you what you want to be when you grow up. I don't even know what that means. Well, you know what? Again, being somewhat of an odd kid, I was also very aware. And when I hit about 9 or 10, I figured out what that meant. What that meant was, one of these days, Mom and Dad are kicking me out of the house. Oh my God, I gotta buy my own food, I gotta pay my own rent. That whole thing about what do you wanna be when you grow up, it's like, how are you gonna support yourself? I freaked out. Oh my gosh, from 10 years old on, I had to figure out, what am I gonna be when I grow up? So I started looking around. I thought, oh, I got it. I'll be a pastor. Because the church pastor, they give them a house, and ladies are always bringing food over. I'll be a pastor. Well, I was a little bit too raunchy for that, so that didn't work out. And then I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I'll join the Marines. Because, hey, they got food, they're given food, they got a place to sleep. And then a whole bunch of my friends from high school ended up coming back in caskets from Vietnam, and I thought, well, that's really sad, and I don't know that that's gonna be the way for me to go either. So I went through, okay, the guy down the street's a grocer. Hey, you know what? If the zombie apocalypse hits, he can lock the doors and he's got months worth of his own food right there. So none of those worked out. I ended up going on to college, and I tried 5 different majors trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. Finally, I settled on physics and math. And why? Not because it was easy. Well, it was a little bit easy. Believe me, physics and math are easy, right? And so what I was thinking is, out of a class of 5,000 students, there were 3 of us that graduated with a degree in physics. And I thought, wow, that's fantastic, no competition. But when I told my girlfriend I changed my physics to a physics major, she said, well, what are you gonna do with a degree in physics? And I thought, well, maybe I'll teach. And she said, you can't do that. And I said, why? She said, you won't make enough money to support us when we get married. Oh my God. So I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I tried everything. I graduated from Kent State. Believe me, I have been a garbage collector. With my bare hands, I cleaned comminutor pits and sewage plants. I worked in an injection molding factory. I worked in a woodworking factory. I've done all kinds of work, and it took me a long time, but doggone it, I finally figured out what I wanna be when I grow up. What I want to be when I grow up is happy. And with that, while it may seem a tiny bit sappy, pretend I'm your dear sweet old pappy. Do your best, I would say, at your job every day. But your job's what you're due, just like tying a shoe or making a stew. Deep inside, what you should be is happy. Chapter 3. Chapter 3, stuff happens. And I think you know what I mean when I say stuff. Stuff happens. And I learned a lesson along the way. Some people, myself included, have an inner sheepdog. That's that part of your personality that just feels very protective of everyone around you. And not too long ago, my inner sheepdog got the better of me. I didn't keep a leash on it. We had some hoodlums driving through town in a big Dodge Ram pickup truck, big lifted up with oversized tires, trying to look like a mini monster truck, throwing beer bottles and everything. So my inner sheepdog came out, teeth bared, and armed with a tactical flashlight. I walked outside to the end of my driveway. They were coming around the corner. I stepped off the end of my driveway, turned on the flashlight, started waving it into the windshield. They fishtailed around the corner, floored it, turned, came straight at me, hit me, knocked me down into the road, ran over me, and dragged and rolled me down the street until they hit a speed bump. When they hit the speed bump, it raised up and left me on the speed bump, and my poor, wonderful wife, sitting here, came out and found me with my skull crushed in here, whole side of my face crushed in, my arm twisted like a pretzel, this thumb was down here, this finger was down here, pelvis shattered, and my left leg, it went down straight and then out sideways, almost 90 degrees at the knee. I really shouldn't be here today, but something happened that pulled me through. And what pulled me through was a heck of a lot of support from other people. And with that support, I was able to muster the will to basically come back. Interesting little coincidence here. We did earn here at KCC an almost $1 million grant from the National Science Foundation. I submitted that grant application on October 15th, and about 2 weeks later, I got run over. I lost a whole year of school. I came back to school with a walker and a cane and all that stuff, but 2 weeks after I got back, we got a letter from the National Science Foundation. We'd been approved for our almost $1 million grant. So in the meantime, life kind of went on and life kind of worked out. So if you're facing bad trouble or strife, take a hint from my wonderful wife. Keep your chin held up high, show just a wee bit of thigh. Even if you're a guy, drink some wine, sing a song, move and dance, you can't go wrong. And doggone it, get back to your life. So in conclusion, what got me through that incident was a whole lot of love. And I learned that there's a whole lot of love out there, real platonic love. I'm not talking this fake romantic stuff. I'm talking real platonic love. When you need it, if you let it, love will come from all corners and lift you up. And whether you need it or not, here comes some of it right now. Doggone it, I love all y'all. I love all y'all. And I care about all y'all too. And everyone here cares about you. Everyone there cares about you. Don't forget that. So as you leave here today, know you are taking with you our love, our caring, and our respect. As you leave here today, know you are taking with you our profound wishes for your happiness and success. As you leave here today, know you are taking with you our sincere hopes and prayers for your protection from troubles and strife. As you leave here today, we are here holding the door open for your hopeful eventual return. Now, get out there and make the world a better place. Congratulations.
That, ladies and gentlemen, would be a drop the mic moment. Tim, we can't begin by expressing our appreciation for what you have meant to the college, to the institution, to our community, and most importantly, to our students. But we greatly appreciate the wisdom, the passion, the care, and the love that you've given to everybody throughout your years here at KCC. Thank you. And I also want to acknowledge his beautiful wife who is here with us this morning as well. Susan, have a stand. Thank you. At this time, I would ask Mr. Hoekstra, would you please join me at the podium to recognize our student trustee. Mr. Hoekstra?
Thank you, Dr. Albandano. Would student trustee Abby Fisher please come to the podium, please? In recognition of your efforts in Student Advisory Council and the Student Activity Program, as well as your contributions as student representative to the Board of Trustees, we would like to thank you for your services. Congratulations to you, Abby. Job well done.
Congratulations, Abby. As student trustee, Abby initiated an 8-month recycling competition and challenge demonstrating once again the power of community. Upon the completion of the challenge in March, Abby and others gathered enough plastic bottle caps to recycle, create, and dedicate 3 red benches to Kankakee Community College, and you'll see them throughout our campus. And because of the success of this project, KCC will continue the cap collection and the replacing of aging benches around campus. But once again, the power of community and the power of one can have a tremendous impact on our community. Again, thank you, Abby, for your leadership and the impact that you've given us on our campus. And with the goal in mind and community support, once again, it's amazing what our students can do who are our graduates and our alum. As we focus today on the accomplishments of our graduates, it is also important to recognize the accomplishments of our faculty. Each year, KCC faculty, staff, and students nominate 1 full-time professor and 1 adjunct faculty member who are selected by a faculty committee for the KCC Faculty of the Year Award and for the Illinois Community College Trustees Association Outstanding Faculty Award nominee. This award recognizes excellence in teaching, discipline-specific knowledge, innovative teaching techniques, and skills in motivating and encouraging our students. This year's Faculty of the Year members are Professor John Bordeaux and Ms. Mary Peerbolt. Unfortunately, Ms. Peerbolt could not be with us here today. However, I would like to invite Professor John Bordeaux to please stand and come to the podium and receive his recognition. Professor Bordeaux. Thank you, John. Let's congratulate both John and Mary Peerbolt once again for their outstanding dedication to our students. And now at this point, I would like to ask all of the KCC faculty to please stand. These individuals dedicate their time, impart their expertise and wisdom, and share their talent each day to help our students succeed in achieving their goals. Let's give them a round of applause. And now I would like to ask the rest of the college administration and staff, including those who are working the event here this morning, to also please stand. These dedicated college personnel also contribute significantly to the students' success. They show their care, their passion, and their support for all of our students. So thank them for all of their work that they do as well. At this point, I would like to ask the students who are or who have currently served in our military to please stand. These dedicated veterans represent our military graduates here today, and they also represent the over 140 veterans that we have on KCC's campus this current year. Most importantly, these dedicated students have balanced their studies, their family lives, and their commitment to our country. Those who are wearing the stoles signify their military involvement. Let's thank them once again for their dedication. And now I'd also would invite the staff, the members of the audience, and once again our graduates who are or who have served in our military to once again please stand. On behalf of Kankakee Community College, our Board of Trustees, the faculty and staff, I would like to commend you and your family for your sacrifices that you made and the service that you provided for our country. Let's once again give them a round of applause for their dedication and their commitment to U.S. Mr. Hookshire, would you once again please join me at the podium? At this time, we will commence with the conferring of the degrees. Would all the graduates please stand? Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the faculty, administration, and the staff of Kankakee Community College, I present the graduating class of 2017. Upon recommendation and approval of the faculty, I hereby certify that they have completed the necessary requirements as established by Kankakee Community College District 520 for the certificates and the degrees for which they are to receive.
Thank you, Dr. Alvendano. As chairman of the Board of Trustees of Kankakee Community College District 520, I hereby confer upon the candidates the certificates of completion and degrees that are appropriate. On behalf of the entire board, I would like to congratulate all of the graduates. You have worked hard to reach your goal, and we celebrate with you. Thank you.
Graduates, you may be seated. I would like to invite Kankakee Community College Vice President for Instructional and Student Success, Dr. Michael Boyd, to come to the podium and to highlight the significance of the colored cords and stoles that many of our students are wearing this afternoon.
You will notice some of our graduates are wearing significant stoles and tassels and cords. These items indicate scholastic achievement. As I explain the various honors, please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Would the students wearing a peach honor cord please stand? The peach honor cord signifies membership in Alpha Delta Nu Eta chapter of the National Organization for Associate Degree Nursing. You may be seated. Would the students who are members of Salute, the National Honor Society for Veterans, please stand? These students have achieved a 3.0 to 4.0 grade point average. The red, white, and blue cord signifies this honor. You may be seated. Would the students who are members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society please stand? These students have achieved a 3.5 out of a possible 4.0 grade point average. The gold stole and tassel signify this honor. You may be seated. Would the officers of KCC's Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society please stand? The distinctive stoles they wear represent excellence in membership, acceptance, and chapter growth. You may be seated. Would the students wearing a silver honor cord and tassel please stand? These students have achieved a 3.8 to 3.99 grade point average. You may be seated. Would the students wearing a gold honor cord and tassel please stand? These students have achieved a 4.0 grade point average, which is the highest grade point average possible. You may be seated. Please give all of these students a collective round of applause for their achievement. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Boyd. And now, I would invite Dr. Boyd to present the class of 2017 individually. And like most commencement ceremonies, the decorum is to wait for your applause until everyone is announced. However, I would encourage you to acknowledge your graduate with a round of applause as their names are called and as they cross the stage. At this time, I would ask Mr. Hoekstra and Mr. Steve DePasquale to join me at the diploma table as Dr. Boyd calls all for our graduates. Thank you.
Would the graduates in the first row please stand? We will be recognizing our graduates according to the degree or certificate they have earned. Our first group of graduates are candidates for the Associate in Arts degree. Marissa Lynn Avendano. Grace Marie Baltazar. Kelsey Ann Billington. Kelsey Ann Billington was named to the 2017 Phi Theta Kappa All-Illinois Academic Team. She was among 60 community college students recognized in Springfield as a member of the All-Academic Team. This is a merit award based upon her academic accomplishments and service contributions. Travis Aaron Bragg. Ryan E. Breach. Carmisha Brianna Chavers. Summer Lee Cousin. Tatiana Marquis Dabney Petty. Joy Evett. Sadia Faiza. Amber Nicole Forbes. Taylor Jordan Garcia. Ebony Marie Hardy. Isaac William Harms. Ricardo Daniel Haro. Andrea Hicks. Allison Page Hull. Delonda K. Hurst. McKenna E. Jones. Maria Jose Lara. Kaylin Michelle Leonard. Michaela Irene McGrath. Colleen Nicole McLaughlin. Sophia Noel Menegaz. Ashley Marie Merrill. Elizabeth J. Mersinger. Sarah N. Misitich. Nathaniel George Montague. Diane Marie Neese. Noelle Arlene Netzban Garcia. Eduardo Novoa. Alejandro Orozco Ayala. Abby Sue Osbach. Michael Paul Paquette. Riley Lucas Petrosky. Joanna Maria Pivovarchik. Elizabeth Chiarte. Natasha N. Rademacher. Alondra C. Rodriguez. Michelle Elaine Russell. Roger A. Schmid. Grayson Scott Schinke. Olivia Renee Settle. Miranda K. Sinadinos. Joshua Daniel Snyder. Amanda K. Speyer. Denzel C. Thomas. Bailey S. Allmark. Rachel Emma Vandergriff. Elizabeth Villanueva. Alicia Esther Villarreal. Megan Ann Wendling. Kylie A. Zaginski. Jessica Lauren Zamatis. The following graduates are candidates for the Associate in Arts in Teaching degree. Margot Nicole Smith. Next are the candidates for the Associate in Engineering Science degree. Natalie R. Jumonville. Jacob J. Karracher. Jacob J. Karracher was named to the 2017 Phi Theta Kappa All-Illinois Academic Team. He was among 60 community college students recognized in Springfield as a member of the All-Academic Team. This is a merit award based upon his academic accomplishments and service contributions. Matthew Michael Klaczynski. Clayton Lee Smith. Ryan F. Torbett. Following are candidates for the Associate in Fine Arts degree. Yasmin Simone Johnson. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Associate in General Studies degree. Zanette Marie Benson. Monica Monique Calvin. Gabriela Cortez. Tierra S. English. Ren F. Jackson. Dee Dee Jones. James David Jones. Cassie Marie Cack. Jamie Lynn Kozlowskis. Lakeisha Renee Lafee. Sophia Melgoza. Jasmine Nicole Morrison. Kamsel Nelson. Tomika Cherie Parks. Tierra Chantel Russell. Adriana Sandoval. Candace Lynn Torres. Destiny Alexis Torres. Yvette Cintora Vasquez. Jacqueline Villagomez. Karina Ann Watson. Amy Lynn White. Bethany Joy Wilson. The following graduates are candidates for the Associate in Science degree. Samantha Ann Alvarado. Donald W. Bonds. Sydney Ann Boswell. Jessica Lynn Brady. Adrian Jeffrey Cavender. Brett James Colevris. Madonna Catherine Endris. Abby Lynn Fisher. Johnny W. Hartline. Samantha Jo Holder. Leonel Vladimir Jaramillo. Leah Michelle Johnson. Rebecca J. Johnson. Cody James Kelch. Nicole A. Kennedy. Simeon Ivanov Lepichev. Isaac Jacob Lesage. Morgan Virginia Limbach. Precious C.L. McKenzie. Shannon Nicole Metzner. Kiana Nicole Payton. Samantha Paige Ritchie. Janine Ann Rojo. Brandon William Schoen. Julie Ann Sentner. Alexander P.H. Shea. Thomas M. Sapansky. Latrell Deontay Tidwell. Michaela Diana Ward. Next are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Agriculture, Horticulture program. Audra Lynn Schmink. Following are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Air Conditioning, Refrigeration program. Joseph Edward Tackett. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Automotive Technology program. Gerald Lamar Bailey. Tyler J. Fortin. Michael Paul Fuentes. Logan Lewis Ward. Kevin Withrow. The following graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Business Program. Sherry Renee Baker. Abril Deshay Barnes. Lori Shannon Duden. Vaughn Michael Dunbar. Dustin John Essington. Pedro Lorenzo Garcia. Jacqueline Denise Harris Shorter. Christopher Ryan Kent. Michelle Lee Lucas. Emily Elizabeth Maldonado. Marisol Melgoza. Michelle Destiny Nicole Mentz. Taylor Annette Miller. Michael A. Newman. Jacqueline Denise Parker. Catherine Grace Raymond. Robin L. Statler. Abigail Elizabeth Tilley. Sheena Ann Vaughn. Next are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Child Development, Director, Administrator Option Program, Molly Ann Barclay. Mindy Sue Mezzo. Following are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Child Development Education Option Program, Cheryl Ann Burke. Teresa Elaine Ellis. Rebecca Sue Peck. The following graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Computer Graphic Design Program. Barbara Ann Janush. Brandy Nicole Quezada. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Computer Aided Drafting Program, Daniel Joseph Metz. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Electrical Technology Program, Stuart K. Donovan. Nathaniel Jeremiah Johnson. Joshua Thomas Mitchell. James D. Tuttle. Next are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Law Enforcement Program, Carly Marie Barnes. Jasmine J. Chapman. Deshaun Kentrell Davis. Alexis Brittany Garcia. Jeremy Allen Most. Ashley Nicole Sanders. Fonte S. Taylor, Jr. Michael R. Tiemans. Following are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Manufacturing Technology Program. Jason Fontaine. Edward J. Keller. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Medical Laboratory Technology program, Paul Bukhari. DeChatelet Hall. Laura P. Horta. Junior Nungo Kitoko. Sophia Hazel Lamy. Kyle Robert Mary. Linda R. Steck. The following graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Registered Nursing program. Sarah Nicole Cothran. Matthew Eugene Dixon. Brittany Nicole Draper. Martha Monique Dunlap Calhoun. Nicole Suann Vonkowski. Emily K. Glover. Samantha Elaine Henson. Amber N. Horde. Jennifer Lynn Johnson. Alexa May Ann Kiefer. Caitlin Ann Kolach. Hannah K. Lease. Kenny LeMay Steinhauer. Christina Michelle Lindsay. Cassandra Luzanne. Olivia Mantus. Genevieve Bautista McCulloch. Drake Royal Milk. Sherry Sue Randall. Nicole Catherine Risky. Amber Joy Stevenson. Alana Marie Stokely. Josephine Louise Trudeau. Wendy M. Widowson. Stephanie Lynn Williams. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Office Professional program. Carlissa Laverne Cole. Crystal Angela Davis. Emily Jill Grice. Karen D. Kennett. Priscilla Kuban. Vanessa Roselle Salazar. Denise E. Wills. The following graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree, Paralegal Legal Assistant Studies program. Elizabeth Barbosa. Rhonda Lynn Petty. Yolanda Rios. Dylan Michael Warren. Tyler Edward Zellhart. Next are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree paramedic program, Wyatt Olin Gustafson. Justin James Kulach. Next are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree Paraprofessional Educator Teacher's Aide Program, Kelly R. Foster. Elizabeth Grace Webb. Following are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree Physical Therapist Assistant Program, Laura A. Carpenter. Cecile Heidi Davis. LaRonda S. Dixon. Kyle Eilers. Michael A. Espino. Alexander D. Fozzard. Amy Lynn Govednik. Erin Nicole Koiker. Alyssa Renee Lamontagne. Kaylee Lynn LeClaire. Christopher Howard Moody. Alexia Marie Posing. Deanna K. Reekers. Hugo Alexander Solozano. Jacob Tyler Van Pelt. Paige McKay Eukness. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree Radiography program. Melissa Ann Anderson. Maria Raquel Carriaga. Jared N. Coleman. Gianni M. DePask. Megan E. Green. Morgan Frances May Holmes. Megan Louise Horn. Holly Jo Kelson. Maria D. Martinez. Kylie Ann Mackerleen. Catherine Jean Murphy. Jennifer Ann Nemeth. Allison Shea Quinn. Anastasia Sandness. Aubrey Jean Watts. Following are candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree Welding Technology program, Connor M. Hill. Jeffrey James Holohan. Jeremy James Holohan. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in Child Development Education option. Heidi Jo Parlick. The following graduates are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in Coding Specialist. Christina Rose Alvarado. Brittany A. Boston. Rachel Michelle Buno. Donna L. Collins. Susan R. Facco. Maria Christine Kiefer. Brenda J. Lane. Kayleen Virginia Martin. Amber Dawn Reed. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in Electrical Technology. Gerardo Flores. Following are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in HVAC/R Service. Anthony William Crite. The following graduates are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in Law Enforcement. Crystal D. Rose Louis. Next are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in Machine Tool Technology. Christopher Michael Tofari. Next are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in Paralegal Legal Assistant Studies. Marta Gulyash. Our next group of graduates are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in Practical Nursing. Bianca S. Crossley. Brooklyn Jade DeWitt. Miranda Nicole Jameson. Taylor Ashlyn Logan. Andrea Gabriela Marquez. Spring Marie Mitten. Roger I. Nicholson. Samantha E. Nicholson. Catherine D. Pressler. Our final group of graduates are candidates for the Advanced Certificate in Welding. Drewis John Kuyenga.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2017. If you would please join me in thanking and appreciating Dr. Michael Boyd for the announcing of the names of all of our graduates here today. Graduation and commencement symbolizes a major achievement in life and in learning. And in recognition of that achievement, it has been the tradition in academia to recognize a fully commenced student by shifting of the tassel from the right side of the cap to the left side of the cap. At this point, I would ask that our student trustee, Ms. Abby Fisher, to please join me in leading the graduating class in that ceremony.
Graduates, please stand. As graduates of Kankakee Community College, class of 2017, I invite you to please join me in the symbolic movement of the tassel signifying our achievement.
Please be seated. As Kankakee Community College graduates, I officially welcome you to the KCC Alumni Association. And on behalf of the KCC Foundation, I hope you appreciate the gift that was provided for you earlier today when you picked up your cap and gown. For the audience, please join me one more time in recognizing the graduating class of 2017 from Kankakee Community College. Before our final comments, I would like to add, as we leave today, the order of the recessional will be those who are on the platform will exit first, followed by the spouses and the guests who are in the reserved seating area here this morning, then the faculty, staff, and administrators, and then finally our graduates. I would ask that as we honor our graduates, that the audience please remain seated until everyone has exited this floor. We ask for your patience, and the guests seated in the balcony, you will also proceed down to the first floor as we exit this morning. To the graduates, I ask you to wait, remain robed and with your caps on, and you can greet all your guests and your family members and your loved ones in the reception area following our service. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, we would like to invite everyone to an invitation to our reception to honor all of our graduates here this morning in the College Center. I do have one final invitation, and that is to extend to our graduates as we conclude the 2017 KCC graduation ceremony, that if there is ever a time, as Professor Wilhelm had mentioned, in the future when you need additional help, perhaps you decide to change your careers, or you just wonder what you're going to do next with your life, you know that the faculty, the staff, and the resources of KCC are here to support you and to help you reach all of your goals. We trust your experiences at KCC have prepared you for the next steps in your life. More importantly, we want KCC to be your resource for your lifelong learning experiences and your intellectual growth. Please come back and visit us at any time. Kankakee Community College will always be here to support each and every one of you. And now for our recessional, I would ask as the stage entourage please stand. Faculty and administrators to please stand. And then finally to the graduates, I invite you to remain seated until we've exited the stage. Once again, congratulations to our graduating class of 2017. Thank you for everyone for being here today. Be safe, and thank you.
you.